paper number 74. Now in this paper number 74, question numbers 31 to 35. These 5 questions are based on coded inequalities, isn't it? Now in these type of questions wherein the meanings of some of the symbols were given, first to decode the symbols. At the rate of stands for what? At the rate of is for P neither smaller nor equal to. It cannot be smaller than, it cannot be equal to, hence it must be greater than. Then what is the next symbol? Percentage stands for here. Percentage means neither greater nor equal. It cannot be greater than, and similarly it cannot be equal as well, hence it must be lesser than. And copyright stands for, no, copyright not greater than, it cannot be greater than, as it cannot be greater than, hence it must be lesser than or equals to. Next, dollar stands for, dollar is not smaller than, hence it must be greater than or equals to. Finally, hash stands for neither greater nor smaller, that means it is equal. Now these are the meanings of these 5 symbols. Then question number 31, R copyright. R copyright means R lesser than or equals to D, and D dollar means D greater than or equals to M. M hash means M equals to J. Now J and D. J equals to D. Next one, percentage means J lesser than D. Yes, what can we say about this one? J equals to D. Now between D and J, what is the conclusion we can able to get? D greater than or equals to J, which implies that J is either lesser or equals to D. J is either lesser than or equals to D, either the second one or the first one. Hence, either 1 or 2, it is given in choice 4. Question number 31, choice for either 1 or 2. Then question number 32, F greater than or equals to N. N at the rate of means N greater than D. D percentage means D lesser than V. Then first conclusion, at the rate of F greater than D and B greater than N. Now the relation between F and D, greater than or equals to greater than, hence F greater than D, definitely true. And the next one, the relation between N and B, one is greater than, another one is lesser than, two opposite symbols. Two opposite symbols, it cannot be drawn. Hence what is your answer here? Only conclusion 1 is true, choice 1. Then question number 33, H at the rate of, H greater than K, K percentage means K lesser than M, M copyright means M lesser than or equals to D. Then the first conclusion, H at the rate of stands for H greater than D, and K percentage K lesser than D. Now the relation between H and D. Now if you observe the relation between H and D, there are 2 opposite symbols. One is greater than, another one is lesser than. Hence we cannot able to derive any conclusion between these 2 letters. Next one, K and D. Now between K and D, if you observe here, which symbol is common here? This is lesser than. Here it is lesser than or equals to. Which element is common? Lesser is common. Hence K lesser than D, definitely true. Only conclusion 2 follows, that is given in choice 1. Then question number 34, R percentage. Now R percentage, H means R is lesser than H. H copyright means H is lesser than or equals to T, and T at the rate of means T greater than K. Now between T copyright R, copyright means lesser than or equals to R, and the next one, percentage lesser than. Now T and R is here and T is here. Between R and T, R lesser than T is true, that is T is greater than R is true, but is here T lesser than or equals to R is definitely false. Then coming to the second, K lesser than H. Now between H and K, there is 1 lesser than, 1 greater than, 2 opposite symbols. No relation can be drawn, hence neither 1 nor 2, that is given in choice 4. Now this is about question numbers 34. Then coming to 35, now W hash. Now W equals to Z, and Z copyright means Z is lesser than or equals to B, and B dollar means B greater than or equals to H. Now the relation between H and hash, H equals to Z, and the next one, B dollar, B greater than or equals to W. Now H equals to Z. Now between Z and H, there are 2 opposite symbols, hence cannot be drawn. And B greater than or equals to W, between W and B, what is the conclusion we get here? W lesser than or equals to B. If W is lesser than or equals to B, then B is greater than or equals to W, definitely true. Then what is your answer here? Only 2 follows, only 2, that is choice 1. Clear now? Now this is about question numbers 31 to 35. Then question numbers 36 to 40. Now in these question numbers 36 to 40, these 5 questions are based on set of numbers, isn't it? Then question number 1, 36. If 1 is subtracted from the third digit in each of these numbers, how much is subtracted here? 1 is subtracted. What are these numbers? 476, 538, 476, 538, 269, 269, 814 and 753 are the 5 numbers. 753. Then among these, 1 is subtracted from the third digit in each number. And in each number, 1 is subtracted means, now this will be 475 and this is 537. Now this is 268, now 813 and 752. Then afterwards, 1 is subtracted from the third digit in each of these numbers and the positions of the first and the third digits are interchanged. 1 and 3 are interchanged is nothing but the number is completely reversed. Then if the number is reversed, the number will be 574 and 735 and 862 and 318 and this will be 257. Then which of the following will be the first digit of the third highest number? What is the third highest number here? Now this is the least number and this is the second and this is the third highest number. Now in this third highest number, what is the question here? And which will be the first digit of the third highest number? Tell me what is the first digit of the third highest number? The first digit of the third highest number is 5 and this 5 is given with choice. Choice 5 is the answer. Clear now? Is this clear or not? Now sir, without working out this entire procedure, let us discuss in another way. Please try to catch this one. Now sir, what is the question here? The question is about which of the following will be the first digit of the third highest number, isn't it? Now we need to identify the third highest number. How to determine whether a number is the highest number or the least number? Based on the first digit. Now which digit is coming to the first place? Third digit. Now what is happening to the third digit here? Now forget about that one. Now for all these digits, 1 is added and then if it is not added also let us check out. Okay? Then, now which digit is coming to the first place? The third digit. Now sir, third digit, what are the numbers here? 6. Here it is how much? 3. Here it is 9. Here it is 4. And here it is 3. Among these, first highest is 9. And what is the next highest here? Next one 3. And next one 8. Oh, sorry, this is 8. Now first highest is 9, second highest is 8, third highest is 6. Third highest is which number? And 476. And what is the answer here? Now the question is about what? 476 is the third highest number, out of which the last digit is coming to the first place. And what happens to the last digit here? 1 is subtracted, 6 minus 1, 5 is the answer. Follow here? Now for that one there is no necessity to work out the entire procedure. He has given this entire conditions because in order to sheer waste your time only. Follow here లేదా? లాస్ట్ డిజిట్ ఫస్ట్ డిజిట్కి వస్తుంది. ఇప్పుడు ఫస్ట్ డిజిట్ థర్డ్ హైయెస్ట్ కావాలి. దీనికి ఒక్కొక్కటి తగ్గించినా పెరిగిన అదే నెంబర్ వస్తుంది కదండి, ఇజంట్ ఇట్? కనుక 6 వచ్చింది. 6కి 1 తగ్గించాడు కాబట్టి 5 ఈజ్ ద ఆన్సర్. Done with this? Then question number 37. Hence this is the very basic reason why I am explaining both the cases. First is the regular method and this is the direct method. First you should be very thorough with the regular method, then only you can be thorough with the direct method. Why? Because now sir, first the conditions will be given. Now you should clearly understand the given conditions. Okay? Then question number 37. Yes, what about this question number 37 here? If 1 is added to the first digit in each of these numbers, now the numbers are 476, 538 and 269, 814 and 753 are the numbers. 1 is added to the first digit in each number. Now 1 is added. If 1 is added, then what is the number here? 576 and this will be 638, 369 and 914 and this will be 853. 1 is added to the first digit in each number. and then the position of the first and the third digits are interchanged. First and the third digits are interchanged is nothing but the entire number is reversed. Now this 576 when reversed will be 675, and this will be 836, 963 and 419, and this will be 358. Then which of the following will be the third digit of the second highest number? Yes, tell me what is the third digit of the second highest number. What is the first highest? 963. Then what is the second highest here? 836. Now in this one, what is the third digit here? Third digit is 6. Now this 6 that is given in choice 1. Done with this? Again. Now 1 is added to the first digit in each number, and then the positions of the first and the third digits are interchanged. 1 and third are interchanged. Which of the following will be the third digit of the second highest number? Second highest number means tell me which number is coming to the first place? The third digit. Now we should identify the second highest third digit. Now in this one 9 is the first highest and the second highest is 8, isn't it? As 8 is here, now this 8 is coming to the first place. Now the first digit 5 is going to the third place. Now the question is about the third digit. Now what happened to the first digit here? 1 is added. Hence 5 plus 1, 6 is your answer. Done with this? Then this is about question number 37. Then, yes, what about question number 38 here? Now in this 38, in which of these numbers the sum of all the 3 digits is even? Now in order to have even digit, in order to have even sum, then what are the conditions that are required? Tell me here. If we have all the 3 even numbers, even digits, then the sum will be even. Or if 1 is even and the remaining 2 are odd, then also the sum is even, isn't it? Are you following this one or not? We should have either all the 3 even digits, or if 1 is odd, the remaining 2 even, then also you will not get the even digit, isn't it? If 2 are odd and 1 is even, 2 odd means again the sum is even, hence that will be even, isn't it? Then in which of these numbers the sum of all the 3 numbers is even number? Now here, in this one, how many odd digits are there? There is only 1 odd digit, and the sum will be odd. Next one, in this one, how many odd digits are there? There are 2 odd digits. As there are 2 odd digits, the sum of these 2 will be even, and 1 even, hence 538 is the answer. Then if you check out the remaining. Now in this one, 269, there are 2 odd numbers, and there are 2 odd numbers, 9 plus 6, 15. Sorry, there is 1 odd number. As there is 1 odd digit, and the sum will be odd. Now in this one, there is 1 odd, the sum is odd. Here there are, all the 3 are odd, the sum will be odd. Then what is your answer here? 538, that is choice 3. And in order to do this one, no need to count the entire digits and then check out which is the odd and which is the even. Then question number 39. Which of the following is the sum of the second and the third digits of the second lowest number? Now what is the first lowest number here? 269. And the second lowest number is 476. And what is the sum of these, the second and the third digits? 7 plus 6 is 13. 13, that is given in choice 3. Question number 39, choice 3 is the answer. Then 40th. Now in this question number 40, which of the following is the second digit of the third digit, 3-digit number obtained by subtracting the lowest number from the highest number? Now sir, highest number, what is the highest number here? 814. And what is the lowest number here? Lowest number is 269. Then the question is about what? Now the question is about the second digit, isn't it? Second digit of this one. What is the second digit here? And this will be 5. If 5 goes to this place, this will be 0. And 0 minus 6 will be how much? 0 minus 6 will be 4. Now 4 is the answer, that is choice 3. Here the question is about the second digit, hence we are focusing only on the second digit rather than subtracting the entire number. Clear now? Now this is about question numbers 36 to 40. Then 41 to 45. Now in this question numbers 41 to 45, these 5 questions are based on what? Coding and decoding. Now in this coding decoding, there are some 4 statements. Now first let us compare the first and the second statements. Tell me what are the words which are common between the first and the second statements. Work never goes waste. Never waste your time. Yes, never waste. Here also never and waste. Now tell me, is there any never and waste in the remaining 2 sentences? No. Hence, never and waste are the 2 words which are common between the first and the second. Hence, 2 words are common, 2 codes are common. Then what are the codes which are common here? RB is 1. And what is the other thing here? NI. Hence, the code to these never and waste will be RB and I in any order. Done with this? Then compare the first and the third. Work and goes are the two words left over, and now in this one, work is the only word which is common between the first and the third statements. And what is the code which is common here? MK and TJ. MK is common between this. And the code to the word work is MK. If MK is the code, then goes is there. And what is the code to this word goes? Goes is TJ. Goes is TJ. Then work never goes waste. Then between the second and the third one, what is the word which is common between these two? Your and time. Here focus on your. Then tell me what is the word which is common here. Your is the only word which is common. Your is the only word which is common. Tell me what is the code common between these two. AP is common. And the code to the word your is AP. If your is AP, then what is the word left over in the second statement? Time is the only word left over. And what is the code left over here? SY. And the code to the word time is SY. Done with this? Now focus and on. Now what is the word which is common here? Focus is the word which is common between these two. And what is the code which is common here? CN. Hence the code to the word focus is CN. Then on is the word left over. And what is the code to this word on? OR. Hence the code to the word on is OR. And then in this one, goes with time. Now to the word time, what is the code here? SY. And goes and with. Now goes, what is the code here? TJ. Then what is left over here? With. And the code to the word with is KE. Now these are the words and their corresponding codes. Done with this? And while comparing these statements, you should always follow this order. Compare 1 with 2, then 1 with 3, 1 with 4. Then 2 and 3, 2 and 4. Then 3 and 4. And if you follow that order from top to bottom, then you are covering all the possible cases rather than taking randomly. Done? Then question number 41. Here's question number 41. Which of the following possibly means? Possibly. That means it is a possible code. Work on projects. What is the code to the word work here? MK. And on is OR. And MK and OR should be there. MK OR. Tell me MK and OR. It also MK and OR. And how many possibilities are there? There are 2 choices, either 3 or 4. Then projects. Now can SY be the code for projects or not? Tell me. No. Why? Because SY is the code to the word time. Hence it cannot be the code for the word project. Hence choice 3 is ruled out. Then in choice 4, MK and OR. Tell me whether GD can be the code to this word project. Because a GD is nowhere repeated in any one of the given sentences. Hence it can be the code to the word project. Hence what is your answer here? Choice 4. Then question number 42. In the given code language, what does the code RB stands for? Now this RB stands for what? RB stands for either never or waste. Either never or waste, that is choice 4. Then question number 43. In the given code language, what does the code TJ stands for? Now TJ stands for what? Goes, that is choice 4. Then question number 44. What is the code for focus? Yes, tell me what is the code to the word focus here? CN. CN, that is choice 4. Then question number 45. And what is the code for the word time? Yes, tell me what is the code to the word time here? SY. SY, that is choice 5. Done with this? Now this is about question numbers 41 to 45. Then 46 to 50. Now these 5 questions are based on data sufficiency, isn't it? Now in this data sufficiency, in each of these questions, only 2 statements were given. As 2 statements were given, then we should start working with condition number 1. In a straight line of how many people are there? There are 8 people. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. In a straight line of 8 people, then all facing north, what is the position of R from the left hand of the row? Now the question is about what? Now we should identify the position of this R from the left hand of the row. In order to identify the position of R from the left hand of the row, and what are the statements that are required. Then condition number 1. Y stands 4th from the right hand of the line. As Y is seated 4th from the right hand of the line. Next one, only 2 people between Y and Z. As only 2 people between Y and Z, Z can be here, that is one possibility. Then tell me what is the possibility here? 5, 6, 7, 8. Now y is here and only two people between y and z. Hence z can be second from the left hand or first from the right hand, isn't it? Because there are two persons between y and z. R stands to the immediate right of z. Now in this case R stands to the immediate right of z, R is here. And in this case R is to the immediate right of z. Is it possible? Not possible. Hence this case is ruled out. Finally we are left with only one case. Now in this one, what is the position of R from the left hand of the row? Third. Are we getting a unique answer or not? Hence 1 alone is sufficient. 1 alone is sufficient. Then we should check out 2 also. Why? Because there is a choice like either 1 or 2. With the help of 2 also, if you get the answer, then your choice will be either 1 or either 2 alone is sufficient, isn't it? Then what about condition number 2 here? W stands from the left hand, fourth from the left hand of the line, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. W is fourth from the left hand of the line. R is an immediate neighbor of W. As R is an immediate neighbor of W, R can be either here or R can be here. Hence how many different answers we are getting here? R can be third from the left or fifth from the left, either third or fifth. As we are getting two different answers, second one is not sufficient. As second one is not sufficient, only 1 alone is sufficient. And only 1 alone, what is the choice? Choice 4. Done with this? Now this is about question number 46. Then 47. Now question number 47, how many students attended the cultural fair of the college? Now we need to identify the number of persons attended to this one. Then condition number 1. The number of male students attending the cultural fair was twice the number of female students. Unless and otherwise we know a number, we cannot determine this one, isn't it? Hence 1 alone is not sufficient. And the next one, the number of female students attending the cultural fair was 25 more than the previous year. The previous year number is not known, hence this year number also we cannot able to identify. 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is also not sufficient. Then by combining these two also we are not having any a fixed number. Hence by combining these two also we cannot able to derive. Then what is your answer here? The data even in both the statements 1 and 2 together are not sufficient to answer the question. Then question number 48. Among 4 friends, who are those 4 friends? W, X, Y and Z, each having different number of cookies. Who has the most number of cookies? Now the question is about what? The person who is having the maximum number of cookies. Now these are the 4 persons here. Now we need to identify the person who is having the maximum number of cookies, that is the first person. Then condition number 1, W has less number of cookies than Z. As W has less number of cookies than Z, hence the possibilities could be n number. Y does not have the most number of cookies. Now tell me who are the persons here? W, X, Y and Z. As W is having less number of cookies than Z, hence W cannot have the maximum number of cookies. And at the same time, Y does not have the most number of cookies, Y cannot be here. Then what is your answer here? Either X or Z can be the answer, isn't it? Then what about the next? Then condition number 2, W has more cookies than Y. Now in this one W, X, Y and Z if you take, as W has more number of cookies than what? Than Y, hence Y cannot have the maximum number of cookies. Then X does not have the maximum number of cookies. Now with the help of condition number 2, tell me, okay, who is having the maximum number of cookies? Either W or Z. Now according to condition number 2, we are getting that either W or Z is the will have the maximum number of cookies. And according to condition number 1, either X or Y is the maximum number of cookies. With each of these statements, we are having two different answers. Hence 1 alone is not sufficient, 2 alone is not sufficient. Then by combining these two, if you combine these two, what happens here? Now in the first one we have the information that either X or Z will get the highest, out of which in the second one clearly given X cannot be the highest. As X cannot be the highest, X is ruled out. Finally what is left over here? Z is left over. Hence are we getting a unique answer or not? Now by combining these two statements doesn't mean that you should again work out this one. Now one is already here, hence we are combining the second one with the first one. Okay? Hence what is your answer here? Both the statements are required to answer this one. Then choice 4 is the answer. The data in both statements 1 and 2 together are necessary. And this is about question number 4. Then 49. Yes, tell me question number 49. Now in this question number 49. Now in the code language, my dear family is coded as 624, and which number stands for dear? Yes, tell me which number stands for dear here. Now in order to identify this one, my dear family is clearly given. Now we need to identify the code to the word dear. Then with the help of condition number 1, my small family is there. My and family are the words here. Here my and family are the words repeated, isn't it? Hence 2 words are repeated, 2 codes will be repeated. Hence there are codes for my and family. Then what will be left over here? 1 word dear is left over and 1 code will be left over. Then whether 1 alone is sufficient or not? Yes, 1 alone is not sufficient. Again in this data sufficiency, you are not supposed to check out what the answer is. We should always focus on whether the given information is sufficient to determine a unique answer or not. And we are not bothered about the answer. Hence 1 alone is sufficient because only 1 word dear will be left over, 1 code will be left over. Whatever could be the code, we will get the answer. Done with this? 1 alone is sufficient. Then coming to the second one, dear family friend. Now in this dear family friend, if you observe here, what are the words which are common here? Dear and family are the 2 words which are common. Hence 2 codes will be common. As 2 codes are common between these 2 codes, what is the code to the word dear cannot be identified, isn't it? Hence 2 alone is not sufficient, only 1 alone is sufficient, that is choice 2 is the answer. Done with this? Now this is about question number 49, choice 2. Then coming to question number 50. Now in this one, in a straight line of 8 people. And what is the position of V from the left hand? Question number 46 and question number 50 seems to be the same. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 persons facing towards north. And what is the position of V from the left hand? Tell me here. X stands fourth from the right hand. X stands fourth from the right hand of the line. Only 2 people between X and V. Only 2 people between X and V means only 2 people between X and V. V can be here. Then what is the other possibility? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now X is here. Only 2 people between X and V. Isn't it? 2 possibilities. And X stands fourth from the right hand of the line. 2 people between X and V. Both R and Q are immediate neighbors of V. As both R and Q are immediate neighbors of V, then now here. If R is here, then what should happen here? Q must be somewhere here, which is not possible. Isn't it? Because V is at the right extreme. Hence we cannot have any person to the right hand side of this one. Hence V is in between R and Q, that statement is invalid. Hence condition number 2 is, case 2 is ruled out. Now we are left with only first case. Now if R is here, Q will be here. If R is here, Q will be here. Though the positions of these 2 persons cannot be identified, the question is about the position of V from the left hand of the line. Am I getting a unique answer regarding the position of V or not? Second from the left. Though there is no information about the remaining persons, I am not bothered about. Why? Because the question is about V's position from the left. I got a unique answer, V's position from the left. Isn't it? Hence what is your answer here? 1 alone is sufficient. Now 1 alone is sufficient. Then condition number 2. Yes, what about condition number 2 here? Now in this one, 8 people. W stands from the left, fourth left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now W stands fourth from the left hand of the line. And only 1 person between W and V. As only 1 person between W and V, V can be either here or V can be here. Then what happens here? V's position can be either the second or the sixth from the left. And as we are getting 2 different answers, hence 2 alone is not sufficient, and so only 1 alone is sufficient, that is given in choice 1. Now this is about question numbers 46 to 50, data sufficiency. Done with this? Then 51 to 55. Now in this question numbers 51 to 55, now it is based on seating arrangement. 8 friends L, M, N, O, P, Q, R and S are sitting around a square table. Now how many persons are there? There are 8 persons seated around a square table. Now this is the square table, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now in total we are having some 8 friends. 8 friends L, M, N, O, P, Q, R and S are seated around a square table in such a way that 4 of them sit at 4 corners of the square, while 4 sit in the middle of the set. And the one who sit at 4 corners face outside. Now the persons who are at the corners are facing away from the center. And the persons who are facing at the centers are facing towards the center. Done with this, this is how these 8 persons were seated. Now in these type of questions wherein some persons are towards the center and some persons are away from the center, then the first information what we are supposed to look at is, చెప్పండి ఏ ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్ తీసుకోవాలి ఫస్ట్ ఇప్పుడు. Now we should check out whether any person is facing towards the center or away from the center, clearly given or not. Now in this one person between I and Q, L sits at the middle of one of the sides. Now clearly specified. Now this L sits at middle of one of the sides. As L sits at middle of one of the sides, now we can fix L at any one of these four middles, isn't it? It doesn't make any difference. Hence I am fixing L at this place. Okay? And only one person between L and Q. As only one person between L and Q, this is L but not I. Only one person between L and Q, tell me how many possibilities do we have? We have some two possibilities. Because this Q can be either to the left hand side of L or the right hand side of L. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, 6, 7, 8. Now these 4 persons are away and these 4 persons are facing towards the center. Then condition number L is here. If L is here, then Q will be here. Only one person between L and Q. L sits at middle of one of the sides. O sits out to the right of Q. As O is seated out to the right of Q, Q is facing towards the center. O sits out to the right of Q, O will be here. Now Q is facing towards the center, O will be here. O sits out to the right of Q. And both R and S are the immediate neighbors of L. As both R and S are immediate neighbors of L, as L is here, if R is here, S must be in the place of O, which is not possible, isn't it? That means adjacent to L there must be 2 vacant places, but whereas O is occupied by this place and the first case is completely ruled out. Now we are left with only the second case, both R and S. If R is here, S will be here. R if R is here, S will be here. Then M sits second to the left of N. As M is seated second to the left of N, now sir, this M and N must be at the center of this table. And M sits second to the left of N. N is here because N is facing towards the center, then M will be here. Then who is the person left over here? Tell me. P is the person left over, P must be here. Then what is the last information here? N is neither an immediate neighbor of Q nor S. N cannot be an immediate neighbor of Q or S, hence N cannot be adjacent to S, hence S cannot be here. As S cannot be here, then who will be here? R will be here. If R is here, then R cannot be here again, S will be here. Now this is the final arrangement. Done with this? As what is ordered here? L, R, N, O, M, P, Q and S. Then question number 51, 4 out of the following 5 is nothing but an odd man out. R, P. And P is at the corner, isn't it? R is at this corner, O is at this corner and S is at this corner, but as L is at the center, except L. The remaining 4 persons are at the corners and L is at the center. Hence L is the odd one. And who sits thought to the right of whom? Who sits thought to the right of Q? Thought to the left of Q. Now Q is facing towards the center. Thought to the left hand side of Q is R. R that is given in choice 5. Then question number 53. How many people sit between M and S when counted from the right hand side of S? Right hand side of S, M and S. Now this is the right hand side, 1, 2, 3, 4. How many persons? There are 4 persons. That is choice 1. Then question number 54. And what is the position of P with respect to S? P with respect to S, S is away from the center. 1, 2, P is seated second to the left. P is seated second to the left, that is choice 4. P is seated second to the left, choice 4. Then question number 55. And which of the following is true regarding P? And which is true regarding P? Choice 2. O sits second to the right of P. True or false? O is seated second to the left of P but not right. And L sits to the immediate right of P. It is also false. And O sits exactly between M and N. S. O is seated exactly between M and N. That is given in choice 4. Now question number 55. Choice 4 is the answer. Done? Now this is about question numbers 51 to 55, seating arrangement, square table, 8 persons. Then 56 to 60. Now these questions are based on syllogisms. Question numbers 56 to 60, syllogisms. Now question number 56. All buses are cars. Now these are the buses which are cars. All buses are cars. All scooters are buses. All scooters are buses and all buses are cars. Then no scooter is a car. No scooter is a car is definitely false, because all scooters are cars is true. No scooter is a car will be false. All cars are buses. All buses are cars is true, but as all cars are buses is false. Hence neither 1 nor 2. Choice 4. Neither 1 nor 2. Choice 4. Again, as both the statements are affirmative, negative conclusion cannot be done, that will be ruled out. Then coming to question number 57. Now in this question number 57, no auditorium is a hall. No auditorium. This is an auditorium and this is hall. No intersection between auditorium and hall. No auditorium is a hall. All theatres are halls. And all these are what? All theatres are what? All theatres are halls. No auditorium is a hall. Then first one, no auditorium is a theatre. True or false? Definitely true as of now. All halls are theatres. All halls are theatres is false. Then the first one is a negative conclusion, which is true. Now in order to make this one false, now we should prove its complementary pairs by drawing the alternate diagram. Then tell me what is the complementary pair to this one. No auditorium is a theatre means now we need to prove some auditoriums are theatres. As some auditoriums are theatres, hence auditorium and theatre must be intersected like this. Now tell me whether we can draw like this. Auditorium. If you draw auditorium like this, then only no auditorium is a theatre will be false, isn't it? But whereas if you draw like this, then one of the statement is what? No auditorium is a hall will be false, because some of the auditorium will be halls. And statement invalid, alternate diagram cannot be drawn, alternate diagram cannot be drawn. Hence what happened to the previous conclusion? That will be true forever. Clear? The alternate diagram is proven, previous negative conclusion will be false. If the alternate diagram is not proven, previous negative conclusion will be true forever. Then what is your answer? Only conclusion 1 follows. Only conclusion 1, choice 4. Then question number 58. Now in this question number 58, some cameras are photos. Some of the cameras are photos. These are the cameras and these are photos. And all cameras are snaps, and all these cameras are what? Snaps. Now this is the basic diagram. Some cameras are photos, all cameras are snaps. And the first one, all snaps are photos. All snaps are photos, is it true? No, it is false. Next one, some snaps are photos, some of the snaps are photos, is always true. Now the second one is true, and the second one is what? Affirmative conclusion, that will be true forever, no need to draw an alternative diagram. Hence what is your answer? Only 2 follows, that is choice 2. Question number 58, choice 2. Then coming to question number 59, some computers are tablets. Some of the computers are tablets can be written like this. These are the computers and these are tablets. And some laptops are computers. Some of the laptops are computers. Some laptops are computers, some computers are tablets. Then first one, no laptop is a tablet. No laptop is a tablet, definitely true. And second one is a possibility. Forget about the possibility. First let us finalize the definite conclusion. Now in this one, in this definite conclusion, now the first one is a negative conclusion, which is true. To make this one false, now we should prove some laptops are tablets. Tell me whether we can prove some laptops are tablet or not. No sir. Laptop and tablet, tell me whether I can extend my laptop like this or not. Yes. By doing so, what happens here? I have proven a case wherein some laptops is tablet is true. That means no laptop is a tablet will be false. Alternate diagram proven, previous conclusion will be false. And again, if you observe here, both the statements are affirmative. As the statements are affirmative, the first one is a negative conclusion. Though it is true in the basic diagram, we can make it as false by drawing the alternative diagram. Hence, from affirmative statements, negative conclusions cannot be drawn. And this is false. Done with this? Without drawing the diagram, you can definitely, rule out this one. Then what happened to the second one here? Now the second one, all tablets are computers, is a possibility. Now as the statements are affirmative, for a possibility, we have discussed a different diagram. What is the diagram here? Universal diagram, that is a single diagram. Now I am drawing my laptop and this computer and tablet like this. Then all tablets are computers is possible or not? Yes, it is possible. Then what is your answer here? Only 2 follows. only conclusion 2, that is choice 3. Then question number 60, some drugs are medicines. Some of the drugs or medicines can be written like this, drug and medicine, and no medicine is a treatment. No medicine is a treatment can be written like this, no medicine is a treatment. Then what is the first conclusion here? Possibility. We will discuss this possibility afterwards. And the second one is again possibility, can never be. Yes, what do you mean by this can never be means? All drugs can never be treatments. How to represent this one? First let us check out the first one here. All treatments being drugs is a possibility. All treatments being drugs. Now these are the treatments and these are drugs. Tell me whether I can draw my treatment like this or not. Isn't it? Now this treatment should not be intersected with medicine, but as it can be intersected with a drug like anything. Isn't it? Hence I have proven a case wherein all the treatments or drugs is possible. Then coming to the second one. What is the second one here? All drugs can never be. Never. Never stands for what? Negative. Can stands for what? Possibility. And the same thing can be written as all drugs or treatments is not possible, because never stands for negative, can stands for possible. Hence the same thing can be written like this. All drugs or treatments is not at all possible. Isn't it? Now what should we do here? Now we should check out whether all drugs can be treatments or not. Yes, earlier we have proven all treatments are drugs. Now let us check out all drugs or treatments can be possible or not. Tell me whether it is possible or not. Yes, all drugs or treatment. Now in order to prove this one, all drugs or treatments, your diagram of treatment must be like this. Your treatment must be like this. Now tell me whether we can draw treatment like this. If you draw treatment like this, then what happens here? Treatment is coming to this area. That means some of these medicines are treatment, but whereas no medicine is a treatment is the statement. Statement invalid. Hence it is not at all possible. Hence what is his claim? His claim is also that they are not possible. For me also it is not possible. Hence what is your answer here? Both 1 and 2. Both the conclusions follow. That is choice 1. Done with this? Now this is about question number 60, choice 1. Then 61 to 65. Now in this question number 61 to 65, what is there in this one? 10 people are seated in 2 parallel rows having 5 people each. 2 row arrangement. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now tell me who are the persons who are facing towards in row 1. V, W, X, Y, Z, and all of them are facing north. Now this is row 1. Now tell me who are the persons in this row 1? V to Z. And this is row 2, facing towards south. And who are the persons here? F, G, H, I, and J. F to J. F, G, H, I, J are the 5 persons facing towards south, and V, W, X, Y, Z are the 5 persons who are facing towards north. Then what is the first condition here? Then Y sits third to the left of W. As Y is seated third to the left of W, Y sits third to the left of W. As Y sits third to the left of W, tell me how many possibilities do we have? We have some 2 possibilities. What are those 2 possibilities? Tell me. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we are drawing the second possibilities here. Y sits third to the right of W. Y sits third to the left of W. Y is here and W will be here. That is one possibility. Then what is the next one here? If Y is here, W will be here. This is the second possibility. Y sits third to the left of W. And the one who is facing Y. Now we are talking about this person. Now we are talking about the person who is facing Y. The one who is facing Y, sits second to the right of F. This person is seated second to the right of F, and F must be here. Now this person is seated second to the right of F, F must be here. Are you following or not? The one who is facing Y seated second to the right of F, and only one person between F and I. As only one person between F and I, now in the second case I must be here, that is the only possibility. But as in the first case, I can be either here or I can be here. There are 2 possibilities to this one. I can be in any one of these 2 places, because there must be exactly one person between F and I. H and J are immediate neighbors of each other. H and J are immediate neighbors of each other. As H and J are immediate neighbors of each other, in case 2, what happens here? There is no such possibility at all. Isn't it? H and J must be adjacent to each other. Here in the second one, we cannot find 2 adjacent places. Hence, this case is completely ruled out. Now we are left with only this one. H and J are immediate neighbors of each other. J does not sit at any of the extreme ends of the line. And the one who faces G. Now here we are talking about whom? The one who is facing G sits to the immediate right of Z. The one who is facing G sit to the immediate right of whom? Immediate right of Z. Now tell me what are the different possibilities to this G. Can G be at this place? Tell me here. Yes, can G be here or not? If G is here, the one who is facing G is Y. This Y must be an immediate neighbor of whom? Immediate right hand side of Z. Immediate right of Z, which is not possible. Hence G cannot be at this place. Can G be at this place? If G is here, the one who is facing Z is to be an immediate neighbor of Z. The one who is facing G must be an immediate neighbor of Z. Hence Y and Z must be in the same place, which is not possible. Hence G cannot be here as well. Isn't it? Then can G be at this place? Tell me. If G is here, the one who is facing G is an immediate neighbor of Z. W and Z must be in the same place, which is not possible. And G cannot be here. G cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here, cannot be here. What is the only place left over here? G must be here. If G is here, the one who is facing G, that is W, seated to the immediate right of Z, Z must be here. Isn't it? As Z is here. Now let us come back to the previous information. What is that information here? 2 persons are seated adjacent to each other. Who are those 2 persons? H and J. H and J are seated adjacent to each other, out of which J is not at any extreme end. As J is not at any extreme end, J will be here, J is here, H will be here. If H is here, then who is the person left over? F, G, H, I, J, I is the person left over. Done with this? And X is not an immediate neighbor of Z. As X is not an immediate neighbor of Z, X cannot be opposite to J. As X cannot be opposite to J, tell me where should this X be? X must be opposite to I. If X is here, then who is the person left over? V is the person left over. Now this is how these 10 persons are seated in 2 different rows, 5 persons in each of these rows. Then who among the following faces H? Tell me who is facing H? Y. Y is facing H, that is choice 4. Then question number 62. Now in the 62, who among the following sits to the immediate left of? Immediate left of the person who sits exactly in the middle of row 2. Yes, which is row 2 here? Tell me. Row 2 is this one, who are facing south. Then who is exactly at the center? F. And to the immediate left of F, who is that person? G. G, that is given in choice 1. F is exactly at the center in row 2 and G is to the immediate left of this person. Then question number 63. And which of the following is true regarding V? An immediate neighbor of V faces F. V's immediate neighbor is Z, faces F, that is definitely true, that is choice 1. Then question number 64. And 4 of the following are alike. That means odd man out. Now in this odd man out, W, X, isn't it? W, X, Y, no. Now in this one, X, whatever this X, X is at one of the corner, and I is at one of the corner, Y is at the corner, H is at the corner, except W. The remaining 4 persons are at the corners and W is not at the corner. Choice 2. Then 65. Who among the following sits out to the right of the person who is facing X? Tell me who is facing X? I. Who is thought to the right of I? 1, 2, 3, that is J. J given in choice 1. Now this is about question numbers 31 to 65 in paper number 74. Done? Yes, any doubts in these 35 questions? Done with this? Fine. Number series. Question numbers 66, as a continuation. 66 to 70. Now 66 to 70, wrong numbers. Yes, tell me. Yes. Question numbers please. Now question number 67. First let us discuss about 67. Okay, I will come back to question number 66 afterwards. First 67. Now in the 67, now this 145 can be written as 145, 170. As any answer to this one? Anyone please? Subtract one number from each of these numbers. 145 minus 1 is how much? 144. 170 minus 1 is how much? 169. 196 minus 1 is how much? 195. 226 minus 1, 225. 257 minus 1, 256. And 290 minus 1, 289. What are these numbers? 14 square and 12 square, 13 square, 15 square, 16 square, 17 square. And this is the odd one. This is the wrong number. Hence all the given numbers can be written as n square plus 1, where n is 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 12 square plus 1, 13 square plus 1, 15 square plus 1, 16 square plus 1, 17 square plus 1. Here it must be, what is the correct number here? 197 is the correct number. 14 square plus 1, isn't it? Hence, choice 2 is the answer. Now question number 67, choice 2. The given numbers can be written as n square plus 1. Now question number 68. Now in this 68, if you observe here, the numbers are increasing at a very smaller rate, isn't it? Hence it must be under which category? It must be under difference. 38, 49, 62, 72, 77, 91 and 101. 101. As it comes under difference, yes, tell me what is the difference between these? 11. Next one is how much? 13. Next one is how much? 10. And next one is 5. And this is 14. And the next one is 10. Yes, is there any specific pattern following among the differences? 11, 13. Odd numbers, if you take our prime numbers, then it must be either 15 or 17, but whereas here it is 10. Again 5. Again 14 and 10. There is no specific pattern following among the differences, isn't it? Yes, any logic then? Yes, anyone please? Double difference. No, sir. No, double difference here. The numbers are not in a sequential order. If the numbers are in a sequential order, then it can be double difference or triple difference or so on. Now 11, as see here, as earlier we had discussed about this model. Now 38 plus how much is 49? 11. Then how will you get 11 with the help of these two numbers, digits 3 and 8? 3 plus 8 is 11. What is the sum of the digits here? 3 plus 8 is 11. Hence 11 is added to this number. Now what are the digits in 49? 4 and 9. What is the sum of these two? 4 plus 9 is 13. Hence 13 is added. 49 plus 13, 62. Then what are the digits here? 6 and 2. 6 plus 2 is how much? 8. Hence how much should be added here? 62 plus 8. 8 should be added. That is 70 is the number. But as here, what is given here? 72. If 70 is the number, then what is the digit here? 7 plus 0. Hence 7 is added to this one. 70 plus 7 is 77. And 7 plus 7 is 14. And 14 is added 91. 9 plus 1 is 10. And 10 is 101 is the answer. Sum of the digits in the number is added to the number to get the next number. Then what is the wrong number here? Wrong number is 72 and the correct number is 70. Clear, followed or not? Sum of the digits in the number is added to the number. Now 38, 3 plus 8 is 11, hence 38 plus 11 is 49. Now in 49, 4 plus 9 is 13, 49 plus 13 is how much? 62. Now in 62, 6 plus 2 is how much? 8. 62 plus 8 is 70. Now in 70, 7 plus 0 is 7. Hence it is 77 and so on. And in 77, 7 plus 7 is 14. And 77 plus 14 is how much? 91. 9 plus 1 is 10. 91 plus 10 is 101. Hence what is the wrong number here? 70 is the correct number. 72 is the wrong number. Done with this? Now this is about question number 68. Then after this question number 68, next one. Yes. Next question number 70. Now in this question number 70, yes, tell me what are these numbers here. 560, 560, 272, 560, 272 and so on. Now sir, as the numbers are in the decreasing order, start writing in the reverse order. 12, 28, 12, 28 and 12, 28, 62 and next to 62 is what? 132 and next to 132 is 272 and next to 272 is what? 560. Now 12 and 28. Yes, tell me what is the difference between these two? 12 plus how much is 28? 12 plus 16. And 28 and 62, what is the difference here? 28 and 62, that is 34. And the next difference between these two numbers is 34, isn't it? And 62 and 132, what is the difference here? Yes, 62 and 32, 6 plus 7 is 13, isn't it? And 70 is the difference. And then what is the next difference here? And 132 and 272, here it must be 140. And the next difference is so much, 272 and 560. 272 and 560, and here it will be 300 plus 12, that is 200 and, yes, what is the number here? 280, 288 is the number, isn't it? Now out of it. Now 16 and 34, how can you express this one? 16 into 2, 32 plus 2 is 34. 34 into 2, 68 plus 2, 70. And 70 into 2, 140 plus 2. Here it must be 142 should be added, isn't it? Now let us work out this one. 12, 12 plus 16 is 28 and 28 plus how much? 28 plus 34 is 62. Now 62, now 16 into 2, 32 plus 2, 34. 34 into 2, 68 plus 2, 70 and 62 plus 70, 132 and next one. Next one must be 70 into 2 plus 2. 70 into 2, 140 plus 2, 142, isn't it? Hence, to this one, how much should be added here? 142 should be added. Then 13 plus 14, 27, 274 is the correct number. Now, if it is 274, if it is 274, and the next one must be how much? 142 into 2, 284 plus 2 is 286 should be added. Now, tell me, by adding 286, are we getting 560 or not? 560. Then what? This is the correct series. Now in this one, what is the number which is missed out here? 274 is the correct number and the wrong number is 272. Now 272, that is given with choice. 272, choice 1 is the answer. Done with this? Now this is about question number 70. Then, now 2 more are left, all right? And 66 and 69. Now in this, as question number 60. Now in this question number 69, question number 69, now so tell me what are the numbers given here? 10, minus 10, minus 9, again minus 10, minus 10, minus 3, minus 3, 52, 385, 385 and 2536. 2536 are the numbers given. 2536, isn't it? Now this is about question number 69. Now sir, now 50, as the numbers are increasing at a very fast rate, starting from minus 10, it is increased to 2500. As the numbers are increasing at a very fast rate, then we should identify the, it must be under product or combination. Product is not possible because 10 and 9, we cannot have 9 with the help of 10. Hence it must be under combination. Hence in the case of combination, tell me 52 and 385. Yes, how many times it has to? 52 into how much? 52 into 6 or 52 into 6 if you take 6, 5, 4, 3. Now 52 into 5. What is 52 into 5? Tell me. 52 into 5, that is 260. And 260 and 385. And what is the difference between these two? 125. Here we got a clue. Into 5 plus 125. 125 can be written as 5 cube into 5 plus 5 cube. Then let us check out for the remaining. Now minus 3. Minus 3 into 4 is how much? Minus 3 into 4, minus 12. Minus 12 plus how much? Plus 64. Minus 12 plus 64 is how much? Plus 52. Now this is into 4 plus 64. Into 5 plus 5 cube into 4 plus 4 cube. And the next one must be into 3 plus 3 cube. Minus 10 into 3 is how much? Minus 30. Plus 3 cube is how much? Minus 30 plus 27 minus 3. Hence we are getting this minus 3. 5, 4, 3. Next one it must be into 2 plus 2 cube. And this must be into 1 plus 1 cube. Now minus 10 into 1 is minus 10. Minus 10 plus 1 is how much? Minus 9. Saripinda ledha? Minus 9 into 2 minus 18. Minus 18 plus 8 minus 10. Minus 10 into 3 minus 30 plus 27 minus 3. Minus 3 into 4 minus 12 plus 64 52. 52 into 5 plus 125. And the next one must be into 6 plus 216. Now 385 into 6 plus 216. Yes, tell me what is the number here? 385 into 6 plus 216. Cheppandi enta vastundi? 385 into 6 plus 216, quick. 2356. Now, sir, in this 10 rather slow. 2336. 2526. Now 2526. What is the given number here? 2536. And that is the odd one. Choice. Done? Now the correct number is 2526 and the wrong number is 2536. That is choice. Into 1 plus 1 cube, into 2 plus 2 cube, into 3 plus 3 cube, into 4 plus 4 cube, into 5 plus 5 cube, and so on. Now this is about question number 69. Then one more is left over, right? Now that is 66. Let's first write down this one. Completed writing this. Then question number 66. 3, 10, 9, 42, 148, 768. Now in this 768, then now 3, yes, tell me what are the numbers here? 10, 9 and 42 and 148 and 768. Now 148 to 768 numbers certainly increased, hence it must be under product or combination, isn't it? Then now in this case, now 3 into 1, if you take 3 into 1 plus 7, that is 10, and 10 into 2 is so much? 10 into 2 is 20, 20 minus 11 is 9, into 1 into 2, then 9 into 3 is so much? 27, 27 plus 15, and 1, 2, 3, and 42 into 4, 42 into 4 is so much? 168, 168 minus, no sir, what are these numbers? 7 and 11, 7, 11, 15. Now 7, 11, 15, 7 plus 4, 11, 11 plus 4, 15, 15 plus 4, 19. Hence 19 must be subtracted. Now 42 into 4, 168. 168. Now I am writing the number once again. 3, 10, 9, 42. Now this is 3 into 1 plus 7, and this is into 2 minus 11, and this is into 3 plus 15, isn't it? Next one into 4 minus 19, because the difference 7 and 11 4, 11 and 4 15, 15 plus 4 19, plus 4 plus 4 plus 4. 42 into 4, 168. 168 minus 19, 149. If this is 149 into 5, 149 into 5, tell me here 750 minus 5, 745. 745, then plus how much? Plus 23. 745 plus 23, 45 plus 23. Yes, answer 768. Done? Then what is the wrong number here? 148 is the wrong number and the correct number is 149. Hence choice 4 is the answer. Done with this? Now this is about question number 61 to 66 to 70. 31 to 70. Yes, any doubts in these questions 31 to 70? Now in paper number 74,